Hi everyone, Laura here. Today I'm going to do a Shop My Stash. I have been working with the same products for about 3 weeks now, and I'd like to change up the palette that I'm using, but also I felt like I didn't do a very good job of Shop My Stash last time because I found myself adding lots of different products in, and I brought some new products that I wanted to try out. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently today, although it doesn't actually feel that different to tell you the truth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on one palette, but I'm going to have some supporting palettes with it in case I feel like I need to change things up through the week. And I think I'll just do the palette for the week. I might keep the rest of the things in for the month, but I might change the palette around every week. So we'll see how I go with that. So let's go and shop my stash. So this is what I shopped my stash for last time. It was my first time of shopping my stash, and I feel like I actually didn't do a very good job of it, because as soon as I'd finished shopping my stash I realised that I had forgotten to collect any lip liners, so I had to go and get a couple of lip liners to add into there. So I'll just go through and talk a bit about some of the products that I put in my Shop My Stash. So I used my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation, but I didn't use it as often as I was planning to, for two reasons. One is that I brought the L'Oreal one for the Infallible Dewy one, and I used that and I used this, but I also ended up bringing in my Rimmel ones, and I used those quite a lot because I just wanted some fuller coverage on some days, so I ended up bringing those in. I think I used this once. This is it's a really nice highlighter. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome that everyone talks about on YouTube. It's a really nice highlighter. Just realised I haven't got my light on. I wonder if you can see properly. So it's really nice, but I ended up only using it once because I'm still having a bit of a love affair with my BYS Highlighter 2 palette, and this has got a light gold in it. It's a different shade of gold to the Maybelline one. It's lighter, but I've been enjoying playing with colourful highlighters, so I ended up bringing this back in. I used this once, the Essence Brighten Up Peach Powder, and it was just too peachy for me at this time of year. In the middle of summer I think it will be better, so I'm putting that back. And I have my two lip liners, which I'll probably put back in to my stash. I used my blush. I even hit a tiny little bit of pan, so I used that quite a lot, along with the pink one that I had in my project pan already. So I used that quite a lot and enjoyed it. And I used this lipstick a couple of times. That's the Coffee Craze, and it's a Maybelline one. It's a Colour Sensational one. So that was just a brown. Just a nice neutral brown. I did use that a few times. And I used my Colour Sensational one in Mango Diamonds. I used that a couple of times. I've got a jersey that exactly matches this colour. So when I wore the jersey, I matched my lipstick to it. And the Revlon Colour Stay Moisture Stain in Milan Moment. I used this a couple of times as well. I didn't enjoy it as much as the other lipsticks though. It's kind of quite thick, and I think I just like putting on a lipstick like this better than a lipstick like this. I don't mind putting on a one that's going to stay on longer, because although it says it's a moisture stain, it doesn't seem to last any longer than a normal lipstick, this one. So I didn't enjoy it as much, but it's the only lipstick I've got this kind of colour. So I did enjoy it for that. That's why my light keeps turning around. And along with the blush, I had this topper here. I only ended up using this once because I was playing with my different highlighters, and also I brought a new blush palette, so I'll show you that in a minute. I didn't use my Maybelline Colour Tattoos at all in the end, and I used this liner, and I used this liner, and I may have used this one once, but I only used them all once, and I didn't use the one in Milk at all. So, and I didn't use the gold one either at all. I used the Rimmel palette a lot though, and I used every shade in here of least once, and I made some nice green and gold looks, and I made some burgundy looks and silver looks, and I made a really nice orange look with mixing these two together, and I used this white duochrome pink one quite a lot. So I used all these colours, and excuse me. Yeah, so I used all those colours, and I really enjoyed it, and it needs a clean up before I put it away now because it's got quite dusty. But I really enjoyed it, and I got to know how to do a few more looks with this palette, which is what I was struggling with before. So I'm really pleased that I decided to put that in my stash this time. But I think I'll give that a rest because I bought a couple of new palettes that I want to try out a bit more. So I brought a few new things. So one of the new things I brought was this Chi Chi palette, which I showed you before. And I thought that complemented my Rebels palette really well. And I could mix and match these shades very nicely. So I'd like to use that a bit more. I also brought the Diva Chi Chi palette, which I've only used a couple of times, and I'd like to use that one a bit more. And I also brought the Chi Chi blush palette. It was the Immaculate Ombre blush collection. And this is why I didn't use a lot of that blush topper, and I didn't use my blush as often because I was using this quite a lot. And I haven't used every colour in here yet. I've only used these three. And I also brought a bronzer from Wet n Wild, and this one's called Ticket to Brazil. Let's see if I've got any gaps. And this one is more like a topper or an all. So it's got a bit of a shimmer, and it's very light, but at the moment I have no tan or anything because we're just coming out of winter into spring. And I went a bit crazy and bought some other things. I don't normally buy this much makeup, so I brought this Maybelline Master Drama in Brownie Glitz, and I really enjoyed this. This was really nice. And I used this a bit, and it goes really nicely with the new palette that I brought, the Chi Chi one. And I went to the Body Shop with my daughter, and we ended up buying the Metal Liquid Lip here. And I think this will be really nice as a winter pink for me. And it's, although it's called metal, it's not very metallic, it's only a little bit metallic, so I feel like it's easy enough for me to wear. And I brought two Chi Chi lipsticks, and this one's a Viva La Diva Chi Chi lipstick, Hopelessly Devoted, and this is quite a sheer peachy colour. I'm not even sure if you'll be able to see that, but it's a nice light one. I actually wore that one a bit. And the other one that surprised me quite a lot was the same kind of lipstick in Midas Touch. This one is a really goldy, a really goldy metallic lipstick, and I wasn't sure about it, but I actually really like it. I think it looks really good on. And the other thing that I got was the Lip Lights Chi Chi gloss, and as you can see it's kind of a goldy colour with a pink shift, and it goes really nicely on top of that gold lipstick. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that very well. You can see a tiny bit of gold shift there, but I really enjoyed that combination and I want to use that more. So I will be putting some of my new things in to my next Shop My Stash. So I'll put all this stuff away. So I'm doing my Shop My Stash now. Now some things are going to be staying in there. So these are the things that are in my project pan. So I've got a face powder and I've got my face palette, my liquid highlighter, some mascara, a pink blush and my concealers. And these two things aren't in my project pan, but I am leaving them in. So this is my Colour Sensational Juicy Pink Maybelline lipstick, which I have got two colours very much like this. So this is the old one, I'm going to use it up, and the lip liner pencil from Rimmel and Your or Mine goes well with that. So I'm going to put that in. So that's going to be in this week's Shop My Stash. And I'm also going to put in my new Chi Chi Diva eyeshadow palette. So this one here. So I'm going to use that this week and get some nice looks hopefully out of there. And now I'm going to go and see what else I can find to put in for this week. So there are some things that I put in every week depending on what other things I choose. So I always have my Rimmel Insta Fix and Go, and I always have my L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in medium dark because that's the only one I've got, and my LA Girls Super Shady Slim Brow Pencil in brunette because that's the only one I've got. And oh, and this is in my project pan, my e.l.f. eye primer, so that will be going in. And I'll be putting in my black eyeliners. I've got a NYX one and a Maybelline one. Those are the only two liquid black eyeliners I own, so I'll put them in. And I'll put my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder because that's the only eye powder I have. I know I'll be choosing a brown lipstick, so I'll be putting the Nude by Nature pencil lip liner in. I recently brought the Wet n Wild bronzer and Take the Ticket to Brazil, sorry, which if I can open it up, which looks like this. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's a bronzer with a slight sheen to it. So spring is here and I'm keen to give that a go, so I'm going to put that in. I've got my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, so this will be my pressed powder which I'm going to stick with for a while. And I've got my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter that just stays in this as a standard product, and my LA Girl Brown Pencil Liner which stays in because that's a standard product too. Same with my black Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eyeliner. That's the only black one I've got, so that just stays in there too. And I'm going to leave my Maybelline Master Drama in Brownie Glitz eyeliner because I think that'll go well with the palette that I am using. Oops. And a couple of things that I think I'll put in because I know they will go well. So I had this in last week, my Designer Brands glitter eyeliner. This one's just in gold. I'm going to put that in because I think that'll go nicely with that palette. And my new gold lipstick that I brought from Chi Chi in, what's it called, Midas Touch. Okay, I've moved into where I keep all my makeup and I'm going to go through and see what I want to go with my Chi Chi palette. and I've got one pink blush so far that's in my project pan, so I'm going to get my Chi Chi the Ultimate Ombre Blush Collection palette, because this is new too, and I've only used these 3 colours, and I'd like to have a go trying out the rest this week to see how I like them, so I'm going to put that in. And I also need something, I think, I want something that will go with this palette, and I think I want some lighter, something with some lighter colours in, so it's not so dramatic looking every day. So my other eyeshadow palettes are in this tin here, and I think I might go for this one here, which is the Rimmel Magnif'eyes Blush Edition, and that's got some, let's see if I can turn the light down a bit. There you go. So that's got some lighter shades in it, and I think that will work well with that palette. So it's got some darker ones and it's got some lighter ones. So I never know whether it's better to have the light on or off. I think you can see the colours better with the light off. But I'm going to use, I think I'll put that in there for this week to go with my looks this week. And I might also put this little LA Girl one in, because it's got some nice apricot matte shades as well down the bottom there. So I'm not thinking so much of the blue, but of the apricot colours. So what is this one called? Tropicalize. Tropicalize? That's what it's called. So the LA Girl Eye Luxe Mesmerising palette, just a little one. And so that's enough for eyeshadow. Now I've already got 2 bronzers, because I've got one in my project pan and one in my with my Wet n Wild one. So I've got one highlighter in my project pan. Do I want another highlighter? And what colour do I want? So I've got my 7W one here. I've got my Master Chrome, which is a yellow one. That's a bronzer. Got my Mary Lou Manizer, my LA Girl Strobe Light, which is a real yellow kind of looking one. I might put this one in, which is my W7 Strobe Time It's Time to Glow kit. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't have any other name on it. So it is there. I'll turn the light off and see if you can see it better. So it's just nice. You can see that on there. Turn the light on, you can't see the colour at all. So it's just nice highlighty colours, and I think I'll find some nice ones to go with what I'm wearing. This one's nice. It's sort of a peachy colour with a pink shift. And I've got this Chi Chi lip lights, lip gloss, lip topper thing that is kind of like this, in that it's sort of a peachy colour with a pink shift. Not that you can see that on camera. Can you see that better with the light on? Turn the light off, turn the light on, all over the place. Yeah, so you can see that better with the light on. So there's just a little bit of a pink shift to it. So I'm going to stick that in as well, because that'll go nicely. And I think I've found myself wanting a lighter pink lipstick, but I've got the pink lipstick in my project already because that I want to use up. So this is a Milani Topper Hypnotic Lights. And what is this called? It's a Hypnotic Lip Topper in the colour 04 Luminous Light. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's very metallic-y pink. Okay, we'll try the light off for that one. Wrong way. No, can't see it at all with the light off. Okay, I'll turn the light back on then. So it's a pink, and it's got a little bit of a gold shift to it. And I think that'll lighten up that pink lipstick nicely. So I'm going to put that in. Wipe those swatches off my hand. I think we've seem to have moved on to lips. Okay, so I think I need a blush as well. So I'm going to open this little drawer here, and I've got my blush palette, so I don't need any more powder blushes. I brought this Maybelline Dream Matte blush in Koi Coral. So I'm going to put this in because I've only used this once just to see what it was like. So it's got one of those finishes where it's creamy, so it is a creamy blush, but when you put it on it goes kind of powdery. So it's a creamed powder finish. You can't see that at all on camera. So it's there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all. No. But it's pretty. I was worried when I first got it that it might be too light, but it's actually really nice. So it's nice, healthy kind of glow look. So I'm going to put that in. And now my hand is very, very sparkly. So we're going to move down into this drawer, which has my foundations and lipsticks, basically, and a few glitters and things for my eyes. So I am going to choose foundation. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Superstay. I have to mix two shades, so I've got Soft Beige and Sand. So I'm going to use those this week. And I'm also going to put in, I think I'll put my Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal. And I've got this one in shade Nude Beige, because this is pretty new and I want to try it out a bit more. And I've got a pink lipstick so far and a gold lipstick. So I think I need something a bit more neutrally. And I could go with this one, which I think I put in last time. There's a brown matte one here. What's this one like? That one's quite nice. Maybe I'll do that one. So this is a Maybelline one, and this is Daringly Nude. Daringly Nude? Did I say mood? Daringly Nude, and it is a matte. So just see if I can turn the light up. And can you see the colour? Not really. It's this one here which you cannot see very well. So I've got the light turned on as low as it'll go, and it's still washing out the colour on my hand. So sorry about that, but I'm going to choose that one anyway. And it's got a sort of a pinky base. What's this one like? So this is a Chi Chi one. It's not a million miles away from that one. It's the same kind of tiny bit shinier. This one's a matte one and this one's a shiny one. So what's this one like? This is the next one. Oh, that's a nice pale, can't actually see that. It's a pale orange, a pale peach. I might put that one in. So that's that one there. because I think that'll go nicely with some of those colours. Shouldn't really get too carried away. What's this one like? Oh, and I think that one will be good. Those peachy colours from that Chi Chi palette, from the Diva palette. So that's enough lipstick. Most definitely. And I better put some lip liners in with those lipsticks. And so I'm going to put this Rimmel one in. Tiramisu, it's just a brownie coloured lip liner which will go well with some of those browner lipsticks. And I'll put this one in. This is the Elizabeth Arden one to go with the bit more orangey ones in Kiss of Coral. So it's an Elizabeth Arden Plump Up lip liner. I'm going to put that in. Now, is there anything else I need? Last time there was a whole lot of stuff I really forgot all about putting in. I might put the gold lip art in again by Rimmel. This one is in blush gold. This is a nice little gold topper instead of a gloss. Do I need to put a gloss in? Maybe I'll put this one in. This is a L'Oreal one, and it is in Never Let Me Go 505. Not sure if that's focusing. And it is an apricot-y kind of lip gloss with a tiny bit of a gold sparkle in it that you can't really see when it's on the lips. You can see it when it's in there, but you can't really see it on the lips. So that's that one there. So I'm going to put that one in just so I've got one gloss. And I think that is all I'm going to need. So I'm going to arrange my things that I've chosen for this week on my desk. So I'm going to use two different eye primers. I'm going to use my hydrating eye primer for when I use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. And I'm going to use my poreless face primer for when I use my Maybelline Superstay. So I'll put them in. Ready to go. The lid fell off at once. And my highlighting palette. My two eyeshadow palettes go in there. And my bronzer, my blush palette also, and my other eyeshadow palette. And then over here, so I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Photo Finish Setting Spray in Natural, but I've just put it in this next bottle because the sprayer on here is like a waterfall. So I put my lip liners in there with the other ones, and then put my lipsticks in. So I've got more lipstick than I probably need. That makes 5 lipsticks and 4 glosses. And my blush. And that's all. So I'm all organised for next week. So thanks for watching, everyone. And the look I'm wearing today, I'm actually using my Shop by Stash stuff today. So I'm using my Chi Chi palette. So you can see my eye look today with its little bit of glitter in the crease. Now this isn't a fresh makeup look. I've had this on for 8 hours now. So it's holding up pretty well, really. I've refreshed my lipstick, but everything else is the same as what it has been. So I think it's doing pretty well. The eyeshadow hasn't really faded. It's still looking good. Ignore my eyelashes because I'm not very good at putting fake eyelashes on yet. I'm still practicing and I haven't quite got the hang of it. So be kind about that. I'll get there eventually. I just don't wear them very often. So that's the kind of colours. This was done completely with the Chi Chi palette, with the Diva palette. So those are the kind of looks that I'm going to be going for, those orange kind of tones. And when I was doing this one, I thought, well, this palette would actually be really good for fall because it's got those pumpkin-y kind of colours in it. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.